Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for the second game of Tropeacetic. But a quick bit of housekeeping we need to get out of the way. On your screen right now, you should be seeing the ranking from the previous game we played, the only game we played, as well as the reset trope-ometer for the next game. You may notice, if you did watch through to the end of Dragon Quest I, that the numbers are different. Here's the deal. When we left Dragon Quest I, it had 22 out of 277 for a 7.9% trope rating. Now it's got 23 out of 278 for an 8.3%. Why? Because literally between recording that one and recording this one, I realized there's a trope not in the list. That is such a massive trope that I'm really surprised it wasn't thought of, because I can only think of 2 games, maybe 3 off the top of my head, that aren't going to get dinged for this trope. It's that huge. So I'm not going to tell you what it is now. You will see when we get to that rule as we go along with the series. Speaking of which, number 2, this game and most of the rest should be just noticeably a little longer. There might be some that are as short as Dragon Quest I were, and I'm going to be very thankful, and I'm sure you are too, because yeah, we totally don't want to go through that many questions at the end of an episode. They are split up in a way to get about like 10 or 12 episodes worth, and you can mix them together for maybe a good 6 or 8 that isn't quite such a drag to get through. But man, we only got 4 episodes out of Dragon Quest I. So, and what I took out was something you definitely didn't want to stand there and watch. So, hopefully that part won't be quite so bad at the end. Number 3, you probably recognize the general style of menu that we're looking at. I spun the wheel for the next 3 series that would come up for us. And I won't quite spoil what the other 2 are yet. You have to wait and see. But one of them was actually Dragon Quest again. And I said, you know what? The PPM played Dragon Quest 1 already. The next time she visits a Dragon Quest is going to be 3. This is Dragon Quest 2, the NES version. And I don't have a whole lot of info on this game. I've barely spent any time with it, so it's gonna be mostly blind. As far as I know, you get a party of 3 instead of just being on your own, and that I believe it is a direct sequel to Dragon Quest 1, whereas I think 3 might be a prequel. I can't remember well enough now. And that's literally all I've got to go off of. I don't know where to go. I've got to have the maps set up and what have you. So this wasn't actually supposed to be the next one. This should have been 3 games from now, but I just said, you know what the heck? We get to see these major changes that have happened to this series. So that's why we're doing it now. Just get 2 DQ titles out of the way. The next 2 are not only not Dragon Quest, they're not Square, they're not Enix as far as I'm aware, and they aren't related to each other. So don't worry, we're going to get some blending going. So okay, with that out of the way, it is time for us to get going on a new adventure. So Dragon Quest II, the redheaded stepchild as I referred to it before, of the Dragon Quest series. Oh, I forgot to look up if these guys already have actual names. Let me do that real fast. Oop, why am I in all caps? Actual names of Dragon Quest II characters. Let's see if there's a wiki out there that says, of course. So here's the Dragon Quest fandom page. Oh, really? So this first guy doesn't actually have a real name assigned to them. Did not expect that. Okay, so we went with Aleph before, and they're the son of Erdrick. What do we want to do with that? I don't want to just call him Brian. I mean, I'm going to have to do that enough times in the series to begin with, I guess. So, fine. Forget it. Why waste time on that, right? If Rob were here, we'd get a funny name. I don't do that, though. That's not me. Oh, please, with the fast messages. I'm curious to see... Oh, we get a prologue. Hold on. Many years ago, a young warrior who was of the line of the great Erdrick came to Elfgard. Aha! That's where the name comes from. And defeated the dreaded Dragon Lord, restoring peace to the land. For many generations, the descendants of that warrior ruled Elfgard and the surrounding lands, including the kingdom of Moonbrook across the eastern sea from Elfgard. From Elfgard. Okay. Oh, those are Dragon Quest graphics for sure. There one day the king and his... Well, crap. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, are we going to get that early destruction trope? What in the world is happening? Cried the king. Yeah, I'm not pressing these, so I'm going to have to just read them. Majesty, said the king's guard. Oh, now I get to input. The castle is besieged by the forces of Hargon, the wizard. Hargon is here, asked the king. Alas, sire, it is so. Then we must ride forth and do battle, for these castle walls shall not stand long against the evil... Why do both? One or the other, and usually make it the one where I have to click it. Hargon shall not rule unopposed. Hey, it's the imp sprite! Ooh, king's a bit of a butt kicker, huh? Is that me behind there? Oh, then the king spoke to the princess. I'm a princess. Oh, okay. Thy life is in danger, my daughter. Hide thyself now, and whatever happens to me, thou must be strong. The Old English is strong again in this one. But father, cried the princess. Hurry, commanded the king. I must go to warn my cousin, the king of Maidenhall. Oh no, those imps show up out of nowhere. Father, screamed the princess. They're here. Oh, such a brave beauty, the monster mocked her. The king was enraged. Touch her and thou shalt not survive this day, he challenged the fiend. So, hissed the monster, thou must be the lord of this miserable sandcastle. But I think not for long. Yeah, this king kicks butt. Uh-oh. Surrounded. It's a pincer attack. Oh. Then the princess gasped in horror. No, father, no! Well, why didn't they all just come in like this in the first place? Instead of dragging it out. Now we get funerary music. The guards are still fighting. They're not done. Well, they were. They were still fighting. This is interesting. The next two Dragon Quests don't open quite like this. Oh, I thought it was one I could wait to read. Stop doing that to me. Oh, a poison around that castle, huh? I'm guessing that's gonna... I was gonna say that's the final castle, but it's about to be cinders. I thought they were in a desert. They called it a sand castle. I love how they have to show, oh, I'm injured. Collapse. Or standing sideways. Thy wound looks serious. What has happened to thee? Never mind me, I must see the king. I have evil tidings that cannot wait. And there's a portal in that water. Is that supposed to be a fountain? Because I think that's a portal sprite later on. Different kingdoms, but they have the same armor. And the kings look the same. Hear me, O king. The army of Hargon the sorcerer has sacked Moonbrook Castle from whence I came. A lot of glottal stops. The evil of his magic is great, and I fear he will soon rule all the world, unless a monarch as great as thyself stands against him. Oh, there's a dude to the right. Why was it... Why is it sometimes it waits for me and sometimes it doesn't within the same dialogue? Brian, my heir, thou hast heard the tale of this man. I am old, and this task must fall to younger hands. Thy destiny lies on that difficult road, just as it did for Erdrick the Great. Or Elfgard the Great. For thou art of the line of Erdrick, and his doom is thine. Come with me now if thou art ready. What are we doing? Okay, I guess I'm playing now. All right. What I was saying before, Dragon Warrior 3, you're woken up, and then you're taken to the king, and then boom, that's it. It's not really a scene that much. DQ4, I guess I'm wrong. I guess they all do kind of start off with a little prologue like that. And I just don't remember. All right, so, oh, look at this, guys. There's no take, and there's no stairs. Thank you. Right away, we've got something better. Let's check out the status of my guy. Okay, I don't really know. His sprite looked like he had like a big weapon and a shield, so I'm guessing I'm a warrior type. Cress. I wonder if that's like the tiny metals that happen later? I don't know. Let's talk to this old wizard. It is difficult to see thee go, Brian. Well, it's difficult because I only have leather armor. By land and sea and air will thy path lead, and in places I cannot see. Ooh, by land and sea and air. Is this one going to have vehicles? Let's look at our sprite. Okay, tight helmet. Nice looking shield. I like that shield. Yeah, I guess that's just a sword that I'm carrying. The color makes me think of the Pilgrim? I don't know. He looks pilgrimage-ish. Open the treasure chest and prepare for thy journey. Now listen. Well, do you want me to do that or listen closely? Seek out worthy companions along thy road. In Cannock and Moonbrook, there are those who are also of Erdrick's line. Isn't Moonbrook gone now? They will surely help thee to defeat Hargon's dark plot. Ooh, it's going to do that to me all throughout, isn't it? I searched all about and saw a treasure chest, and I opened it. Yay, a copper sword and 50 pieces of gold. Oh, yeah, so cheat-wise, what are we doing? Infinite MP, and that's it at the moment, actually. So, yeah, nothing crazy, but if you watch DQ1, that could easily change. Oh, good, it shows the attack power and defense power changes when you do this equip screen. This is how I remember it being, at least in 3. Pretty nice boost. All right. So let's talk to people. Remember to equip thyself with weapons and armor when thou obtain such items. Yeah, well, it's hard to remember when my sprite already has it equipped. Although it makes me sad, thou must go forth and seek thy destiny. If thy path leads west of this castle, thou shalt reach the town of Leftwine. Leftwine or Leftwin? What do you think? I think it was meant to be win. One who sets foot upon the travel door is transported to a distant place. Oh, it is a portal. Okay. I was joking. I thought that was their intention to show like a fountain. In Cannock, there is a young prince, and Moonbrook had a princess. Oh, we saw that princess. Okay. I'm guessing I'm going to need a key here for these things. Oh, look. Yeah, buddy. Talk to me, priesty. When in need, visit the houses of healing. Oh, that's not where we save. Huh. Interesting. That's what I expected it was going to tell me. Oh. Oh. This hallway is giving me a flashback. Dragon Quest IV Endor? That's weird, Brain. Brain, you don't need to remember stuff like that. Earlier today, you forgot to take the recycling with you. Try remembering that. I should know that. I live here. I'm in charge, secondarily. Woof woof. That's who's a good boy. Okay, tool shop. You don't have much for me. How much do you charge? The village inn. 4 pieces, that's not bad. Alright, so we know how these start out. We need to exit and walk around. I don't know if this one has the day-night cycle. So if it does, we will go ahead and go in at nighttime to see if there's different dialogue. If my voice sounds like it's already going and I just started, it's because I actually did a lot of recording earlier today. And I just had nothing else to do today, so said, why not start the next series? I won't be doing this in one sitting, even if it is as short as Dragon Quest I was. We will see. Like I said, I just don't know anything about this one other than what I already told you guys. And that also means those things can be wrong, because I thought you got party members in this one, and I do see you have more than one enemy at a time, but looking at that status bar at the top, that's laid out horizontally. In the later games, it's vertically. This is something else I remember from Dragon Warrior 3, which is that you see the experience counter and your gold counter. But since it shows just my name, shortened, in that experience counter, now I've got to flip back to, I think we do get party members. I don't know, man. I don't know. Normally, when grinding, I'm going to be cutting it down a bit. The episodes don't have to be long. They should just be well organized is the way that I look at it. But when traveling, we'll show those battles for sure. When grinding, we usually won't. I'm waiting to see through to this first level up, essentially, see what we're dealing with. There's no equipment for me to buy right off the bat. That's unusual. Usually that's the first thing I feel like you see. Oh, that is one big slug. Oh, he hits harder than the slimes. And he takes them. Thank you. Such a rewarding sound. Alright. Power increases by 2, speed 1, HP 9. So we're still dealing with the limited range of stats, I noticed. Actually, I kind of want to look at that stat screen again real fast. Let's check this out. Because, yeah, there's strength and agility, which is response speed, hit points, max HP, max MP. Magic power is new, isn't it? I don't remember that from before. Attack and defense is the same. I feel like magic power is new. I don't... Isn't it bad? Like, I just played the first game last week. And earlier this week, the episodes were produced because we had the time. That is not a good feeling that I suddenly cannot remember it. Alright, so, because I do want to save my voice a little bit, what we'll do is what we did before, which is I'm going to grind a little, not sure for how long, and I will cut in when there are level ups, and we'll go from there. And yeah, that's it. So, see ya after a cut. Okay, well, it's time for going to level 3. Let's see how much more powerful. Power increases by 5. That sounds pretty good. Reaction speed by 2. HP by 3. No magic yet. So I've been thinking I'm going to go one more level. And then we'll start moving on and get into where we need to go. See you guys then. Okay, folks. Well, we're back. We just became level 4. And I've been promoted to the next level. How about that? And my power again increased by 5, which is good. I'm pretty much one-shotting these. No speed increase, that kind of sucks. HP by 8. Still no magic. That's not super ridiculous, but maybe I'm just a warrior character? Certainly possible. Oh, that's the first time I saw a slime run away from me. A couple observations during that break time. There is no day-night cycle, it looks like, or else it is ridiculously long. But there's a smoother movement on these hills. I don't know if anybody else felt this way, but playing Dragon Quest I, I always felt like there was something to the animation or something that happened where walking on hilltops felt like it was kind of herky-jerky, like it stopped you every so often. That kind of thing, I don't really know. I don't really know how to put it. I don't feel that way now, and I don't remember feeling that way about the others. I found 2 treasure chests at the end of fights, which is kind of interesting because it really feels like... I don't know how to put this. It feels like they came up awfully fast, is the way that I'll put it. Maybe this game's slightly easier than they've been before. I'm not sure. So we are heading to the west. There's supposed to be some place over here. I don't know where precisely. Been seeing a lot of these guys. Sometimes they hit me first, sometimes I hit them first, which is why I wanted that speed boost that I didn't get. Oh, there's poison over here. Oh, I see someplace. 3 iron ants. I've only seen them in 2s while I was away. I was also thinking about how well done the developers behind the Dragon Quest series have managed to keep these battle scenes the way they are in principle, and yet also still, it's a weird place for a desert, but also still have the situation where it's keeping up with the times. I'm glad I saw that NPC walk over these. I thought you couldn't. I thought you wouldn't be able to walk through these trees. Welcome to Leftwin, which is how I'm saying it now. Hey, what are you selling? Tools again. They also have Wing of Wyverns. I'm assuming I will get those over time. I'm not going to spend money on them now. Who's a good boy? Oh, bow wow. Excuse me, senior citizen. Northward lies the castle of Canuck, my friend. I'm guessing that's where I gotta go next. I've heard that the heir of our good king has ventured forth to do battle with the evil sorcerer Hargon. What? Thou art the one? Luck be with thee. Hey, that was a trope we just saw, isn't it? There was that news travels fast or whatever one, and sure enough, we just got here, but they know that I'm on my way. Which maybe isn't such a good, idea. Maybe the kingdom should have kept the lips closed a little. Dost thou think it was Hargon who attacked Moonbrook and set it aflame? Well, yeah, I saw it. Yes, I think so too. Good talk. Oh no, more moving merchants. Weapons and armor. What do you got for me, dude? What kind of discounts you got for me, dude? So, I'm going to need the leather shield, the chainmail, and the chain sickle. It's the first time we're seeing chain sickle. That's a classic one. So we got some more grinding to do, it looks like, which is expected. It's very early on, and of course, I'm going to take those parts out of here. I don't think I need to sleep yet, no. If thou art poisoned, each step will weaken thee further. There wasn't poison in the last one, was there? Ah, look, detoxicate, uncurse, and revive. But no saving, so it's still just you gotta see the king. Look for the monolith by the inland sea west of this place. It is by that route alone that thou shalt reach Moonbrook. Okay, guy. So instantly, I'm going to actually go ahead and do some circles around here, and I will get back to you all. Bye. Okay. Well, we went up to level 5. I thought I might have over-leveled, but when I see 3 iron ants, I start getting real itchy. I'm starting to think that the medical herb drop rate in these battles is probably just a beginning thing, and it's probably because I don't have magic, I can't heal myself, and I have 3 times now nearly died, and 2 of those times thought it was about to happen. Now we're level 5. Boy, do I need speed. Come on, speed. Power by 1. That's small. Give me speed. Thank you. Oh, that'll really help me survive a bit more here. HP only 4. Could have used more? I don't think I'm anywhere near the gold that I need just yet. No. I'm kind of glad that the first thing I'm getting, the most expensive thing, is armor, though, because my guy needs the help out here. See ya soon? Question mark? Oh man. We're going up to level 6, but before we see what our stat increase is, I need to talk about some bullshit, okay? First off, immediately after I cut from you guys the last time, I walked out of left win and didn't move yet. All it did was it loaded up the map. I'm standing on one half of the town, and I was attacked. I've never seen that before. So, not cool, number 1. Number 2, immediately after getting that speed to go up the way that I was so happy it did, I kept coming in last in every single battle. And it turns out response speed is just defense. It has nothing to do with order of attack, which is completely random. Okay, now with that off my chest, let's see how I've improved, quote unquote. Power by 2 isn't much. Speed by 6 is a lot, but that doesn't mean what I think it means. And HP only 3. As you can see, gold is at 368. I have not bought the first piece of equipment yet. So I'm going to go sleep again. And I will see you when I either buy some equipment, and we can see how the stats change from that, or go up another level, or say, oh god, this is why nobody plays this one. So see you in a bit. Okay, we're back. I started getting irritated with the grind. I think after playing DQ1 the way I did for this, I'm starting to get spoiled. We're looking at the stat screen. How come? Because things are a little bit better now. I'm using a new cheat. This cheat is interesting where items that I buy and stays at the inn do not reduce my gold count. So to kind of balance that out, I'm also not going to sell items because selling them still raises that number, and I don't want to get too severely into what happened with DQ1, which is I just couldn't, move on all of a sudden at one point. So I have earned just enough gold to have the chainmail and to have the leather shield. So one of the guides I have open to help me understand what items and spells mean on here, I noticed has a walkthrough, and it's got chapters that I think I'm going to try and operate on as where I split off episodes. So we're leaving Leftwyn, and we are now going to head up north to find the first place, somewhere around here. And that's where we will break. The random battle encounters on here, I gotta tell you, are very, very iffy. I remember there being periods in 1 where you go step after step and you're just fighting. This one is a lot worse. Like, here's the castle. There were no fights there. Very strong. Okay, now there we go. So this was always the troubling thing. I was getting hit 3x3 for 9 HP each time I fought this group. They still seem to go first more often than I do, but they don't hurt me nearly as hard now as they used to. So, we've definitely improved our situation. So I'm taking it as this is where we're going to do a chapter break. All right, so we're going to... Whoops, we're going to do a little save, make a little love, and we might even get down tonight. So it is time for us to do the list. And the way that I break this down, and hopefully it holds through, and so we don't do a bazillion at once like we had to with DQ1. But hey, again, I was also, this is the first time doing Tropeacetic, so there's going to be some learning going on. We have 22 rules of the opening time frame to cover. Let's see how they go. Rule 1, sleepy-headed rule. That's not how we started. We were sitting on the throne room, and so no trope there. Ooh, number 2 is going to be iffy here. So it's Know My Beloved Peasant Village. It says the hero's hometown, city, slum, or planet will usually be annihilated in spectacular fashion before the end of the game, often before the end of the opening scene. We saw that, but it wasn't our village, not ours, we the hero. So I'm going to say no on that one. Rule 3, thinking with the wrong head, no matter what she's accused of doing. Any girl we meet just seconds ago, we go to help. When I went to look up the attribute question that I had, I was able to learn that there will be 2 more party members for a party of 3. I was right about that. But they're going to be relations. It's not going to be... I don't think it's going to be thinking with the wrong head situation here. So we'll say no there. Now this one, I said it was going to be a long time before we got to it. And then DQ2 came up. Rule 11, let's start from the very beginning, which is about the same characters in a sequel, having lost all their power. We're in a sequel. We're not the same character, so we don't have to worry about that. Poor little rich hero, the maze rule from Rule 12. We are from a rich and powerful family, but it hasn't fallen on hard times. Yet still, I had to, get my own chain sickle. What's that about, King Dad? Rule 27, the Nostradamus rule, where all legends are 100% accurate and all rumors factual, all prophecies come true. I felt like that didn't fit the first game. In this one feels like it fits even less. The Erdrick line situation just seems to be something everybody knows. So I'm going to say no here. Rule 31, a good night's sleep will cure everything. As far as I can tell at the moment, that's a yes. So we got our first trope again, just like I think in DQ1, it's bed, bed, bed. Rule 40, Zelda's axiom is that whenever somebody tells you about the 5 ancient talismans, etc., you have to go and get them. That was immediately true with DQ1. It hasn't been true yet, but I'm not going to say no. I'm going to put a question mark in that place, and the reason why is because messing around in the menus early on, I noticed there was a spot for cress, and I don't know if that's going to fall into that spot or not, so we'll have to come back to that later. Rule 41, the George W. Bush Geography Simplification Initiative is that every country in the world will have exactly 1 town in it, except for the country you start out in, which will have 3. So, I have the map in one of these tabs. I do have it in one of... There we go. Okay. So, we are from... Where are we from again? I already forgot. We're from Maidenhall. Okay, so I'm looking at the map of Maidenhall, and there's the town Leftwyn, but there's no other town on this continent. And I just had a couple things spoiled for me. In fact, I guess for you guys, I'll wait and not spoil it. But yeah, I just had something spoiled for me that I'm kind of excited about, actually. So it's okay. I will tell you, holy crap, Moonbrook is nowhere nearby Maidenhall. Dude had to cross an ocean. So there's that. But no, this map doesn't quite fit that way either. Rule 92, the figurehead rule. Whenever someone asks you a question to decide what to do, it's just to be polite. He or she will ask the question again and again until you answer correctly. So I'm still waiting to see because none of these episodes have gone up, and they won't go up anytime soon. I remember there were 2 opportunities to test that in DQ1. First with Gwaelin, and then again with the Dragon Lord. And I forgot about this rule, so I didn't test those either time. So I'm putting the question mark in, so I make sure to look at it again, and hopefully I'll remember if we get such an opportunity. Rule 97. In fact, you know what? Now that I think about it, I may have to move that one to a later one, huh? I can do that some other time. Rule 97, the 3 females rule. There will always be either 1 or 3 female characters in the hero's party. That's going to be true. The next person I'm about to get is going to be a dude, and the last person is going to be a chick. That equals 1. We can pop a little point right there. 101, Law of Productive Gullibility. Whenever anybody comes up to you with a patently ludicrous... I think you know the words I was trying to say. Patient ludicrous. There's an at least 2/3 chance they're telling the truth, therefore it pays to humor everyone you meet. Haven't gotten there quite yet, so I'm going to put a question mark just to revisit it. 107, Arbor Day. At some point, you have to talk to a tree and do what it says. That's another one I think I'm going to have to move out. I think these opening ones are going to be a little shorter. 109, the invisible bureaucracy rule. Other than the royal family, its advisor, and odd mad scientists, the only government employees you will ever encounter in the course of your adventure are either guards or kitchen staff. Okay, this can be put up for debate. Ooh, boy, even as I'm thinking about it, this is tough. I'm going to put a question mark here for it now. Let me tell you guys what I'm thinking, though. You talk to the king, he saves your status to the Imperial Scrolls of Honor. Later on, you do that with the priests also. I think for sure you do that in 4. I can't remember if that's an option in 3. But that means in 4 that I think you have to treat them as government employees, right? In this one, they don't do that, but I still feel like they count, and they're not guards or kitchen staff. That, I didn't ever expect that one to be a doozy to think about, but it kind of is. So, I had a lot of these to come back to, unexpectedly. Rule 20, if any sleeping character has a dream, it'll be accurate. That's the Little Nemo law. We don't know yet. We haven't started with a dream. We saw something, sort of the third-person omniscient rule there. Rule 121, the Child Protection Act. Children 12 and under are exempt from death. I'm going to say no because I don't think we're going to run into that aged character here. 122, Missing Master Hypothesis. I'm going to say no right off the bat. I don't think we have that kind of character here either. 151, Gender Equality Addendum. In the unlikely event that the main character of the game is female, we can stop reading. Rule 155, evil may live forever, but it doesn't age well, even though it took the greatest armies in the world and all of the world's greatest magicians to seal away an ancient evil in an apocalyptic war. Once said, ancient evil breaks free, 3 fairly inexperienced warriors can destroy it. Okay, I'm going to put a question mark on it, because I don't quite understand the backstory of Hargon. Is that what happened, or is this his first go at the world? You know what I mean? So question mark there, but that feels like it's going to be one. Almost done here. 166 key item rule. Nope, we don't have that kind of situation again with the inventory. 167 law of inverse practicality has to do with that key item situation again. Moving on to the last one for the opening segment. Gilligan's prescription. Any character who has amnesia will be cured before the end of the game. I'm going to go ahead and put a question mark in it just in case if one of the two people we're picking up have amnesia. At the moment, that's not a situation. So, with that, we have a whole whopping 2 points. Let me double check that. Because we got one for the 3 females rule and one for bed, bed, bed. So, not a particularly strong start. But again, early game and also an early game. So we got 2 reasons why it may not be a super high tropey RPG situation here all the same. So when we come back, we are going to enter this castle, which I think is Cannock, and start moving along and hopefully have somebody else. Maybe this dude can heal, because I am tired of sleeping at inns already. Take it easy, guys.
Let's Player needs food badly.